a voice of rescue with a word to rescue for your training and overcoming. Trained, not troubled.
This is message number 2. His time, our position. When we value God in our heart, it produces joy. And that joy becomes a source of strength to us so that we do not give up, lose heart, become discouraged, and fall apart. So when we get upset, become disturbed, feel dejected, discouraged, depressed, agitated, we are troubled. And we must ask ourselves, according to the Young's literal translation of Psalm 42, verse 5, what bowest thou thyself, O my soul? Yea, art thou troubled within me? Wait for God, for still I confess him, the salvation of my countenance, my God. It is time for us to humble ourselves and let go of all faith in ourselves, to place all of our trust in God, who raises the dead and rescues us through Jesus, who is our victory, the one who defeated the world, conquered death, and overcame sin. It is time for us to fasten our hope on our life-giving God, who rescues us from trouble, to let up, let trouble alone, and let it over into the hands of God, who can handle it, who can deal with it appropriately, and who can solve it. Our position in God keeps us alive and from being taken out in the time of trouble, when this is our position. We must inquire within, examine, question, and look for the reason why we have become impatient with God and tired of waiting on him, as if he is not faithful, as if he were not capable, as if he were not our help. We should direct our attention to looking to him, keeping our mind stayed on him, finding our pleasure in God, hoping in God, waiting on God, and remembering that he is the health of our countenance. It is our position in God that makes us secure, keeps us stable, and puts us in the place where we need to be, so that no matter the season of our life, it is only through Christ placing us in right standing with God that we are kept. So our connection to God then calls for a celebration and not a vacation when we go through trouble. This should be an occasion for jubilation in the midst of tribulation, because of who God is and what he has done, and be our motivation to stay joined to Jesus Christ. Our position is then not to be disquieted, but to answer back, not to lose heart over trouble, but to take heart, not to bow down to trouble, but to bear up, not to part ways with Jesus, but to keep our eyes, our ears, and the mind of our heart connected